Welcome to TechShop's Tool Time Podcast. We're live at ISN's Tool Dealer Expo, the 25th anniversary of their show. And I'm Eric Garbe, ASE Certified Master Automobile Technician and Editor of TechShop.
And I'm Tom Pecka. I'm publisher of TechShop Magazine. And we're excited to be here at the Tool Dealer Expo, where we're going to talk to some of the different vendors. We're going to look at all the tools and really take a deep dive into everything at the ISN show. What do you think, Eric?
I think this is great. Like you said, we've got some vendors coming over to the booth, talk about their tools, why they come to ISN, and it's going to be a great podcast.
Yeah, I'm excited. What do you think? You want to go take a look?
Let's go do it.
All right.
Joining us today are Jake Knight, Senior Manager of Product Marketing, and Leah Balto, Group Manager of Product Marketing at Milwaukee Tool. Jake, Leah, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. Thank you for coming.
So how long have you been coming to the ISN Tool Dealer Expo?
Oh gosh, so Milwaukee Tool has been coming to the ISN Expo since, was it 2008, right?
Yep.
Which actually surprised both of us when we looked it up, like, what year did we start coming? Like, so our partnership is long-standing with ISN. We keep coming back because this is an important show to reach out, get in touch with our end users, the distributors who sell to the end users, and keep a pulse on the market and make sure that we're relevant and forming relationships and getting that knowledge of the industry and the end user.
That is awesome, and and it's just a great time. We meet people and have these great conversations, and
Yeah, so, you guys brought a ton of great products, and I got to see some really cool stuff at the press release where you guys were doing some great demos. And I'm really curious, one thing I'd love for you, I got to see you guys use this thing in action, and what was it, minus 4 degrees or something, or minus 2?
So we do have our new M18 Hotshot, probably one of the most exciting products. We have a ton of new products coming, but really when you look at Milwaukee Tool, who we are an innovation house. We're always looking at what we can do differently for our users. How do we make them more productive and more safe? One of the largest opportunities that we kept hearing from our users was jump starters. Like, we have our media event every year called Pipeline, and that was constantly the most searched thing. We've never talked about jump starters publicly ever. So constantly getting asked from users, and really the Hotshot is our first step into this category. And when we come into a category, we really want to do something different. So we don't come in, just put our name on something that could be approached. We never have taken that approach. So the Hotshot is a completely different style of jump starter. So what we do is we leverage a proprietary internal capacitor technology on top of our M18 batteries to give really a unique experience that gives you users a couple different benefits. First is a always ready to go experience. So you're going to be prepared to jump in under 70 seconds. So hey, don't have to keep it plugged in all the time. Don't have to worry about if it's dead. You take that burden off of the user and changes it from a energy source that you're constantly thinking about to just like any of the other Milwaukee power tools. You have your M18 batteries, you're ready to go. To your point on the weather, we are also providing a more consistent experience in weather, so -4 to 122 degrees.
Yeah, I mean, that was incredible. When you showed the test and you compared it to a different model, that wasn't a Milwaukee brand, I mean, I couldn't believe the output difference on it. That was really cool. So I love that you guys brought a freezer, and like you're keeping this jumper pack in a freezer here, which is pretty funny.
It's like all covered in frost. And,
that was pretty neat.
Cool.
I mean, that's when you're going to jumpstart most often, so it's got to perform in those winter conditions. Us being from Wisconsin, that's a big focus
Lots of
for
practice.
us.
Yeah, right. I know. We're from
Absolutely.
Northern Ohio, so we're in the same boat, right? I mean, you need it. You need it.
We
That's
didn't
really
have to
great.
even create the winter environment in the lab.
it was
probably.
always there for
Just went
us.
outside.
yeah, you didn't even need that. That's great.
Absolutely. Does it come with a snow shovel?
We might have to consider that, maybe a whole roadside kit or something like that.
Something there.
So you guys brought some other products. Leah, I think you were talking about, what is this, your tool cart? Or what do we got?
It is a 366-piece Master Mechanics hand tool set in our pack out. So that's what's behind me. This big tower here is our master set. I have a couple of the trays out so that we can take a look at them more closely, but each drawer has a high contrast EVA foam layer, which is on par with the premium foam options that you're starting to see more and more of in the market. It's a trend that we've been seeing with technicians. But we, as Jake said, we don't want to just copy. We want to make sure that we are identifying unmet user needs, that we're solving frustrations. So every single tool that we make, all 366 tools in this kit, has had a product manager like myself and Jake go and do the research, spend hours and hours in the field with end users, understanding their work environment, their frustrations, and where we can help. So an example of that with these trays is with the other foam options, we were seeing that, like, if you didn't know what size wrench you needed, for example, and you didn't want to have a handful of wrenches walking back and forth, sometimes it's easier to just take the whole tray and bring it to you. But when you have a foam tray full of heavy steel tools, it's kind of awkward, it's not very durable. So we added a durable molded base with these handle cutouts, because we want to make it really portable, really modular, especially being part of the pack-out system. So it's really easy to take these trays in and out of the drawers, take one out and bring it to your workstation. The whole master set is on wheels as well, so a lot of guys that I've talked to have said, hey, that'd be a great just workstation. Like, it's got all the tools I need for 90% of the service jobs that come through my shop. Like, I can wheel it from bay to bay. I'm set. I'm good to go.
Right.
So yeah, we're really excited about it.
That's really nice. Yeah, and I'm looking at it up close, and I mean, I can see everything's clearly labeled.
Yep.
You know, you can see all the numbers here, so you can keep everything matched up right in the set. I can see why that would be really useful and handy. And
absolutely.
efficient,
I mean, you know, and I can see that from here. And guys like me, you know, after, I don't know if that has anything to do with the industry. I'm just getting old and I can't see very well. But from here, I can see what, you know, I mean, I can see what all these markings are, which is fantastic, you know. And the other thing, talk a little more about these sockets. I see the square edge on that, you know,
yeah, we'll
the
get
benefit
everyone's
that
favorite here, Mr. 10 millimeter.
Right, yeah.
So
there it is, right?
We are the
It's
ones. We are the, yeah, it's still in there. Shockingly, after a full day of the show, this will walk up. It'll walk
It's
up.
gonna disappear,
It always
right?
walks up. But yeah, we are the ones with the square sockets, and so the reason why we have square sockets is because the number one complaint that we were hearing from users about sockets is that they were always losing them, usually the 10 millimeter, because they set it down and it rolls away, goes to Narnia, you know, and so we made ours square so that they don't roll. But
I mean,
a bigger
such
thing
a simple idea,
right? Yeah,
but makes so much sense.
Innovation doesn't have to be complicated.
It does not. It does not.
The benefit that the technicians love, though, in addition to the anti-roll, is you can get a wrench on the flats of those. So if you're in a really tight spot, you don't have enough room to add the ratchet head to it, you can come in from the side, from the top with a wrench. And I would say the automotive guys probably like that benefit even more.
Oh, yeah, that's a great feature, yeah, because you need every advantage you can get in some tight spots, for sure.
You mentioned the markings, too, so I have to show you. On our impact sockets, we took it to the next level, and we do hard stamp and ink fill. So this is like 3 extra manufacturing processes, but it was the number one need that we heard on impact sockets. We were out in the field seeing guys taking paint markers and writing the numbers on them. We get asked why we don't do like the stamp and ink fill on the chrome. Reason for that is that they're thinner walls on chrome sockets, just the nature of the product. So doing a hard stamping like that would have deformed the thinner walls, and we didn't want to make the socket bigger just so we could do this marking. So we just took a different manufacturing approach. We did a hard laser engraving, so it's still removing and cutting into that material, but it's just a solution that works better for our chrome sockets.
Yeah,
so
that makes sense. And
yeah.
you can see it very clearly. So
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That makes
the impact
perfect sense.
sockets, they get so much extra wear, and because of the finish on them, you know, I think they're the ones that are harder to identify after they get a little bit worn. It's the worst thing. You have no idea, you know, what they are. So that's awesome. So you've got chrome sockets, impact sockets, hammers in that kit. I mean,
yeah,
pliers,
picks,
pretty much.
pliers,
like you said,
screwdrivers,
90%
pry bars, yeah.
You know, what you need 90% of the time,
Yeah.
if not more, is all right there.
Yeah, and
That's
a lot of
awesome.
shop owners have actually, I mean, we all know that there's a shortage of technicians in the industry, and it's only growing. And so a lot of shop owners that I've talked to with this kit in particular, they're like, hey, I'm looking at different employee retention methods. And so one of the things that shops are starting to look at is providing the hand tools for a new technician when they start. And then if they're on for a year, 2 years, whatever it is, then they get to keep them. And so this kit being one click, one part number that the shop owner can buy whenever they have a new technician start, it's a great retention package for those technicians.
And all this is just available online?
Yep, available
Milwaukee
online.
site.
ISN's carrying it as well. So search the Milwaukee site and it'll give you a where to buy button, and
I mean, it seems like it's got to be a really popular product for you guys, I'd
Very,
imagine.
yeah. I'd say the biggest complaint is that it's not shipping till October.
Oh, really?
Really? I know.
We want it now, but
Yeah. How about the jumper pack?
Yeah, so that's coming in August, pretty quick here.
Okay.
But similar story, just another one that we're getting so much feedback on, constant. I think it's #1 at the show this weekend, so we're selling a lot of them. There's a lot of excitement going on.
We're doing a little contest between whose new product sells more, and I'm sad to report that Jake's winning.
Oh, Jake's winning? All right.
It's still close. It's still close.
We have time. We have all day today.
Awesome. So can you tell us a little bit more? You talked about the innovation that Milwaukee is constantly. Can you expand a little bit on that and what you're seeing as a company?
Yeah, 100%. I think like the conversation with the impact sockets and the chrome sockets is a really good example of how we look at it. Everything about all of our tools, everything is intentional. I think that's very unique to us. Every decision that we make internally is based on user feedback. I always tell users when I first meet them for the first time, I could sit behind a desk and make some good calls and be like, yeah, it sounds good. We don't make those decisions. It is from the users, what they want, what's going to give them the best product. And that's how we get to innovations like this. Leah mentioned, hey, innovation doesn't have to be big, but the intentionality behind all of our designs is what really gets users in the mindset that we are a great solution provider. It really makes them more productive, right? At the end of the day, if we don't make them more productive, they're not going to want to buy our tools. So you'll see that in a lot of like all of our demos, all of our products. There's a lot of intentionality, even if we're not selling that as the primary feature. Another good example is on the Jumpstarter, right? So our clamp design, we went out in the field and heard a lot like you'd say, hey, you got to make a good Jumpstarter, it's got to jump with vehicle, but you also have to have good clamps. It has to get connected and stay connected. And so the development behind this, it may seem, how hard is it to develop a clamp? We took 30 to 40 different clamps out in the field, got feedback from our users on them, and they designed it for us. Everything about this is custom to us. You're not going to see another clamp like it in the field. Everything down to each teeth. So each tooth has a different purpose. If you look here, that aggressive geometry actually helps on side post batteries. So every single thing we thought of, and we start with the crazy too, right? Like we go from the craziest, hey, maybe users don't like this, but we're going to go get in the field and see what people think. And that narrows it down to where we get our final products at.
That is awesome. So I was going to say, I could see that on the whole.
Don't hurt yourself.
I do a lot of side post battery stuff, and the floppy clamps always fall off, and it's annoying. This one looks like it's really got good grip. Tom, can you hold your finger out there?
Not right now, I don't think. This is what I got to deal with over here with this guy. I think that is just really a fantastic thing. So what? How's the show going? What's your top seller right now?
Yeah, it's going phenomenal. Yeah. Like we get so much engagement at the show. It's really nice to work with industry leaders, the guys that are out there selling tools to our users. The conversations across the board are awesome, and I think on our end we're pretty unique where we are helping them sell to our users too. Like we want to make sure that our users are trained properly and understand what tools are going to work best for them. You'll see, like for example, impact wrenches. We have so many different types of impact wrenches, but they're designed for specific purpose. So we want to make sure to give those jobber trucks the ability to explain that and get people in the right solution. So we're doing really well. I think the Jumpstarter is the #1 this weekend.
Yeah, is it? Okay.
We drove a lot of excitement with it, and then Master Mechanic Set's pretty close behind.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Master Mechanic Set's been doing really nicely. So I'm really happy with how. I'm just happy to be able to offer it for order because we've been waiting for this to come out for a long time. So very exciting.
Yeah, probably a lot of R&D went through this. I mean, it sounds like a lot of time was spent. Sounds like you spend a lot of time with the end user, and you're just continuously trying to improve your products, and that's really neat.
Yeah, it's neat to have that connection with the industry that you have with the technicians and really getting their feedback.
You'd be surprised how many companies don't ask the people who are using the products for their feedback. And like Jake was saying, make the decisions just sitting at a desk in a meeting room. And that's definitely easier. It's a lot less work. It takes less time. So we make it hard on ourselves, but it's important. We're making these tools, like Jake said, to make technicians safer, more productive, more efficient. And you got to understand all the nitty-gritty that they go through on the day-to-day to be able to help them.
It's true. And I mean, ultimately, right, it's all about the ROI, being as efficient as possible, getting the stuff repaired as quickly as possible, getting those cars turned around in the shop. And I mean, it sounds like you guys really put a lot of thought into that as well. So That's fantastic.
Yeah, so the booth, I know we stopped by. It's a sea of tools as yet.
Yeah.
I mean, just all kinds of
it's
great stuff. And
It's pretty crazy when you think about, if you go back 10, 15 years, the scale of difference that we have. We have 300 plus solutions on our M18 platform, 200 plus on our M12. We have hand tools, accessories, gear, pretty much anything you can think of that a user uses on a daily basis, we're providing solutions, and that mentality of innovation is across all of those. There is not a single product that we make that's lick and stick. We're always putting something into it in a thought process, and Leah talked about it a little earlier, but our R&D and our product development side of it, we have product managers that cover every single aspect of our business. So we don't cover a wide category. We have individuals that are diving in just specific to sockets, just specific to cutters, just specific to jump starters. But we really get that level of understanding the user, and we put their resources and effort on behind that because we want that story of productivity and safety and give a right solution.
That is awesome. Very cool. Well, it sounds like we should head over to the booth and browse a little bit. Huh?
Yeah, I know. I want to come over there. Maybe you guys can give us a little bit more demos over there.
Oh, absolutely. Would love to.
Awesome. Well, this has been fantastic.
Yeah,
Tom's been
absolutely.
great.
I
Yeah.
can't thank you guys enough for coming over here and
thanks for
sharing
having
these
us.
amazing products with us. And, I wish you nothing but the best at the show.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Jake, Leah,
All right.
thanks. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
It's been great.
Thank you.